Let me read y'all something. It says, "Our thoughts on the glorious splendor of your majesty and on your wondrous works I will meditate." Psalms 145:5. This Psalms is a beautiful picture of devotion. The psalmist's mind is where God desires it to be, centered on Him. He gives his Lord glory through adoration and meditation. What our minds focus on often dictates our spiritual health. If we focus on God's glorious splendor and all we can be thankful for, our souls and hearts will be filled with light. If we focus on sexual satisfaction, earthly gratification, or anything that is not of God, our minds and spirits will darken. We might drift away from the image of God and his purpose for us. We are made for heaven, but the distractions of this life try to convince us that our focus should be on earth. However, the things around us only find a significance in his Son, the light. Our career goals, physical health, relationships, and everything in between are fruitless if not seen through the eyes of heaven. Even while on earth, our meditations is on the eternal. God, focus my mind on your glory and wondrous works. Remind me why I breathe. Give me the perspective of the day, for the day. Let me read you something else. Simple pleasures. I've learned from my experience that God protects the childlike and humble ones. For I was broken and brought low, but he answered me and came to my rescue. Psalms 116:6. Father, thank you for your help Father, thank you for your help when life comes crashing around me. When these things happen to me, I am reminded that I am not so great and awesome, but I am a mere mortal walking through this world. I am humbled and put in a place that causes me to cry out to your need. I'm sorry. I am humbled and put in place that causes me to cry out to you in need. I am so grateful to you who hears the cry and responds. You do not answer to those who are puffed up in pride at their circumstances rather than being humble. Let me read that again. You do not answer to those who are puffed up in pride at their circumstances rather than being humble. You sustain the broken and those who recognize that they have no standing to demand a benefit from the world. You will come to them and rescue them from the life of struggle and establish them in the restoration of all creation. You will come to them and rescue them from the life of struggle and establish them in the restoration of all creation. It's like beaming. Therefore, I will glorify you as one who Therefore, I will glorify you as one who owes everything to you. For you have given freely to me out of your incomparable favor. In the context of humility, brokenness, and low standing, what does it mean to be childlike? What it means to me is that a child knows that they can't care for themselves. You're putting yourself in a place of submission and and surrender. It's like you can't do nothing. Ain't no way a child can puff up their body and be like, I'm a grown up. You're not, because life will teach you what a real grown up is, and you're gonna be out here crying, asking for food. So that's what keeps me humble, knowing that I will never be God. Period. And even if I could be God, I don't want to. He got too much work to do. He got too much work to do, which is not the problem for me specifically. He got too much work to do for people that don't even give him the credit and respect. If I was God, I'd be like, yo, let me press the button on y'all real quick. Anyways, works, what did it say? Works that matter. Whatever you do, work heartily, as for the Lord and not for men. Colossians 3:23. Colossians 3:23. King of heavens and the earth, I give you my heart, my soul, my mind, and my strength. In all my ways, I want to see you satisfied with my work. I want you to see me as a man faithful in my commitment to your rulership. May my work be satisfying to you as you lead me by your Holy Spirit. May my work be satisfying to you as you lead me by your Holy Spirit down the path of righteousness in this life, doing as you have ordered and trusting in your goodness. May I be trustworthy. May I be a trustworthy caretaker of the tasks that you set before me daily, and may that help to serve as a reliable witness to others of my hope and your sovereign plans of restoration. May I be a trustworthy caretaker of the tasks you set before me daily, and may that help to serve as a reliable witness to others of my hope and your sovereign plans of restoration. Why I read slow when I'm videotaping, but I read fast in my mind? God, I pray as your son did that your kingdom would come soon, and that your will be done fully on earth as it is done in the heavens. I pray that my desires would align with yours, and that you will be glorified in my life. Why is it important to work all things? Why is it important to work at all things as for the Lord? Well, because if you do all things without the Lord, it eventually it becomes pointless. Let me show you. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something that is so marvelous about God. You know, those last two scriptures I read, those were the first ones that I pulled up when I opened the book, right? It's February 3rd. My brain thought it was January 3rd. The January 3rd devotions hit home, and it's February 3rd. God said the dates don't matter. Your spirit turned to those pages because it was relevant to you. Share it all. So I shared, the first ones I shared to you were February. The last ones were January. But which ones resonate? It don't matter about the date. Do they apply to you, and are you willing to do his work? Are you willing to do his work? We have to come together in the future, woman and man, to do his will. Regardless of the beef, we have to come together. It's inevitable. Women and men have to come together to do his will. Period.